Hi, this is the Ivy League Astrologer with the March 2015 reading for Vedic Capricorn. So, for you Vedic Capricorns, the first card out is the Six of Wands. This looks to me like you are getting a victory of some kind that maybe other people are looking askance at. Like, is that really a good idea? Is that really what you want to do? And I think that kind of receiving this victory means that you have to kind of put other people's opinions behind you. Like if there's been like gossip about this opportunity or people at work who have not wanted you to have it or something, it feels like there's some strife or challenge around it, but there's something positive that's happening for you. I'm not sure that this is an absolute victory. It may not be quite as complete as you want it to be. Or as long-standing in some cases. Yeah, I think that the way that you thought it was going to kind of open the world to you is not going to prove to be the way that this works out. I mean, I think it's still sort of like a healing thing, or I think it's still positive. But it kind of answers to a different reality, a different call than you kind of had in mind when you began to pursue this, whatever it is. So yeah, it's leading you in a different direction than you had anticipated. But I think that's still positive. I think it's going to allow you to sort of stand taller and maybe give more readily of yourself to those who need it, and kind of balance things out that have needed to be balanced out. Balance out the way that you're distributing your affection or your help, your love. I think it's going to allow you to do not just what's easy, but what is necessary somehow. What may be more difficult but more rewarding. It seems like whatever victory or whatever opportunity that's being presented to you this month, you need to take your time with it and not rush in. Because if you rush in, it seems like you could kind of topple it or just like drain all the enjoyment out of it. And have it kind of end up leaving you again or departing from you again. Yeah, I think this is something that's going to take time and the right touch to kind of come into its best self. Yes, I wouldn't try to force anything. I kind of try to allow it to like proceed slowly. Just proceed at the pace of, proceed at its natural pace, which may not be the pace you want it to be going at. It may feel like it's not moving at all, but in fact it seems like it is moving. It's just moving at maybe a somewhat glacial pace. What I'm seeing is actually that it's moving kind of at the pace of the heavens, or like the pace of the stars. Like it'll happen, it's going to unfold in time as it's meant to unfold. And there's no really hurrying it along. Or if you do try to hurry it along, you can kind of mess it up or something and have to start over again, and it may not be so easy to get another opportunity to do this thing. Yeah, I feel like you've got your eyes fixed on the future. But you need to wait for it to be more clear. It feels also like there's a separation from someone that you're waiting to be healed or waiting to come back together. But that you can't like offer anything big to them to like move this forward. You kind of have to just wait for it. And it's almost like the more passive you are, the more quickly it will happen, which is unusual, right? But feels like the more you just kind of believe in it but don't act in any particular way, the more quickly this will happen for you. It may mean submerging your pride as well. Submerging your ego and trusting in the power of infinity or that things will happen when they are meant to happen. Yeah, I really strongly get the sense that you cannot make a new start on this, and that if you do try to like force it ahead or say like, why don't we do it this way and that's going to get us to where we want to be, then it's just not going to work out the way that you want it to. It's not going to be as full as it could be if you kind of wait for it to unfold. Because there's some other stuff that needs to take place, maybe on the other person or the other company or whatever side, in order for this to really come through. So yeah, I think this requires someone else to dismantle some things on their end. And to unchain themselves from whatever they are enchained to. And to kind of get a new start before you can fully start on whatever it is that you're wanting to start on. But I think the time will come. But I feel like it's the time when it's good for everyone. If there's more than one person in this situation, it's like all of the parts have to be nurtured, have to be cared for, have to be considered before you can really get the most out of whatever this victory is, whatever this opportunity is. So everything has to be released and kind of out in the open. Everybody has to open their own, I'm looking at the Judgment card where they're rising from their graves. So everybody has to open their own graves, kind of open their own trunk of baggage and stuff and let that out into the open. And you can't do it for them. You can't pry someone else's lid off. You can only do your own work and, you know, work on what's in your care. But yeah, I think this is a good month for you to really get a hold on what is blocking you from moving forward, not just with this opportunity, but with your life. Like, where do you stand spiritually? Where do you stand with within your own set of values? And how can you even better bring that into the light of day? What can you do to move yourself forward and heal yourself? Because I think that's going to help you to be able to be in the right place to take advantage of this opportunity when it's fully ripe. So it's almost like you kind of hear about it at the beginning of the month, or you hear about it this month, but you have to sit and wait on it, and there's nothing else you can really do but wait on it. But if you work on your own stuff in the meantime, And that's going to help you to be ready to take advantage of it when it's time for it to really come together fully. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing from March 2015 Capricorn. I hope that's helpful. And please get in touch if you want a personal reading. My information is below. Yeah, lots of interesting readings for this month. It's more kind of like a wait and see month than like an action month, it seems like, for several different people, different signs. Yeah, I think there's going to be a freeing up and opening up. Somebody who has kind of kept a lid on things is going to open it up, but it requires a lot on their part. There's this Tower card and the Ten of Swords here. So the Tower can mean that it's from an outside source that causes them to reevaluate. So that's possible, or it could just be that they, they're having to break something that's difficult for them to break. But so it's like you have to wait till that's all the way broken for this to really come up into the air, up to the place where you can take advantage of it. And that may, take a little while. But in the meantime, if you work on your own kind of spiritual alignment, on your own values, on what you want, then you're going to be in the best possible position to take advantage of it when it's really ready for you. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing this month, and hope that's helpful. Have a good month. Thank you. See you next month.